welcome to the 13th World Association Croquet Championships. So we've got Reg Bamford v Robert Fletcher. The players have tossed, and looks like Reg has won the toss. He's played red as a very, very long super shot ball, quite close to the peg. Robert Fletcher's gone maximum distance on the east boundary. That's about 19 yards south corner 3. And Reg is walking up to third corner to have a shot at that ball down into fourth corner. Slightly overcast this morning, temperature 17 degrees. This match is a replay of the 2010 Open Championship final, which was won by Reg 3 games to 2. So hopefully we'll end up with an equally exciting match today. This red ball here is really quite close to the peg. It's only 3 or 4 feet away, so if Reg does hit the black with the yellow here, he's going to have to play a reasonable croquet stroke to get a rush to hoop 1. He missed all these shots yesterday against Simon Hockey. And he's missed that one as well on the left. So I think we'll see Robert shoot at black from A bulk with the blue ball. But alternatively, he might be looking at taking the yellow on, a 13-yarder. Very aggressive that would be. I like forcing Reg to hit during this first half-hour period. Once Reg has had a break, you can be as aggressive as you want. But fourth turn of a match, I prefer joining up here. Save the, yeah, that's what he's doing. I think that's a good choice. Both these players a little bit vulnerable from a shooting perspective. These first 30 minutes of a match, very, very important. You want to be on the lawn, getting comfortable, playing nice easy breaks. And he's missed that on the left as well. So Reg's super shots deliberately laid narrow to allow the fifth turn shot back at the opponents and make it only about 13 yards. So we'll see him play red at black here probably. He may play red at blue. Goes back to his seat, and Reg has just had a sip of water before this one. Really important, you know, whether Reg hits this or misses this is going to make a big difference to how this early stage of the match goes. I expect both players to be able to go round from croquet on the east boundary here. So about a 14-yard shot. Red. I'm pretty sure he'll shoot at the black. Shooting directly at the stands that are built for this final. Just past 9 AM in the morning. Oh, took the blue and hit that absolutely dead in the middle. So that's indicative of the fact he's going to rush to corner 4 and wheedle the balls out with small croquet strokes. turns like this, it's all about keeping complete control of the striker's ball, moving it as short a distance each time as possible. There we see it just moved a few inches to get a rush on black, down towards corner 4 where yellow is. And that's been rushed into the corner. Now, it'll be interesting to see what Roche does here. He's got a corner cannon, I believe. Although it is possible yellow's just a little bit out of the corner. I'm not quite sure what angle Robert shot at. Yeah, so it looks like he's got a corner cannon. I don't play this as a corner cannon. I just get a tight rush to hoop 1, play a controlled pickup, and I think Roche should do exactly the same. He's got absolute control of the striker's ball. He doesn't need to get the balls out into the lawn massively. So yeah, puts black on the left-hand side of yellow, picks yellow up, moves it round. Looks like he is lining up away for cannon here. I just don't think he's a weak enough player to need to play the cannon. You could be pretty sure that, you know, if Reg got a tight rush on yellow here, he'd rush it within 4 or 5 feet of hoop 1 and would be able to make hoop 1 with control to rush back to 2 choices, back to corner 4 or back over to the blue ball, and then it would be a pretty much guaranteed break from there. Here, if he gets his cannon wrong, he might end up having to approach the hoop from 4 yards away. So a cannon where he's taking croquet from black, and in the same shot he's rushing yellow to hoop 1. He won't care too much about where black finishes as long as it's in the lawn, but getting yellow as close to hoop 1 is the primary function of this shot. Some people try and get black all the way to hoop 2 or hoop 6, and Reg has done the same. It's really very poor. I think he would have been a lot better there, just getting a tight rush to hoop 1. You don't want to be approaching hoop 1 from this far away. I mean, it's a 6-yard approach now, and he's good enough. He just didn't need the black that far into the lawn. Looks like a good weight shot. Yeah, not too bad at all there. He's got a 2-foot, slightly angled hoop 1. The problem here is that, you know, if he runs it by 2 feet, it's not very good. Actually needs to run it by at least 2 yards, really. Yeah, that's fine. But again, that was the sort of hoop shot he wouldn't have wanted first thing. He's coped with it. Now he should be available to play a good 4-ball break. And from what we've seen of the rest of the tournament, he started quite cautiously in the block stage, and he's gone to 4-back a lot early on in matches. As the knockout stage has progressed, he's been much more aggressive. I think this ball's going to go to 1-back with a sextuple leave. Again, that's a pretty poor croquet stroke from Reg, one of the best croquet stroke players in the world. Reg's just a little bit short, and he's going to need a half ball contact here. And one of the things to watch for here while Reg makes the 1-back leave, after hoop 6 is that he'll give himself a rush to 1 back on the yellow ball, just in case anything goes wrong with the crossbar. That allows him to make 1 back, carry on all the way to 4 back and make a normal leave. Just in case anything random happens or he plays a poor stroke, he's got that safety net to fall back onto. Slightly overhit that one. It's not crosswired, so not a major problem. But just a sign he hasn't quite got the pace of the lawn yet. He needs to rush out of hoop 6 back down to hoop 1, but it shouldn't be a problem. Quite easy to get a rush back on yourself, just need to run past the black when making the hoop. That's fine, he can cut black down to hoop 1 here. So with this crosswire, it's not just a matter of getting the balls so they can't hit each other, black and blue. He's got to make sure neither of them can run hoop 1 either. That could be bad. That's basically the one place it can't finish. He's got no play whatsoever, I don't think, from here. We might see a ball to 4 back now. Remember, if he moves this ball at less than 45 degrees away from the hoop, then wherever he positions blue on the opposite side of the hoop, blue will have a less than 45 degrees chance to run hoop 1. So it looks like he's going to see whether he can squeeze that red into tight to the hoop to get a good enough angle, but it doesn't look like he can to me. Looks like black's going to be coming out too narrow, which means blue will be having too runnable a hoop if he's to get the crosswire. Be lots of head shaking here from Reg. You know he fancied just occupying the lawn for another 40 minutes with a sextuple. So I'm not quite sure here why he's rolling this through the hoop. I thought he'd maybe just pop it back and tap blue and rush yellow to 1 back. I certainly don't fancy making the leave where black ends up with a 5-yard hoop 1. Okay, look, just a wee bit strange why he's opted to have black there. Maybe he's thinking, oh well, I'm going to make 1 back, I might as well have black and blue cross-wired, even if black's got a 3-yard hoop. Again, just a bit of a safety precaution if he makes 1 back. If he fails to make 1 back, I think that's the idea. That looks pretty good. Just a yard short. Be a 3 foot backward takeoff, shouldn't cause a problem. And he put a lot more into that hoop stroke than I anticipated. So when you're making a fallback leave, one of the key rules, and it applies to pretty much every leave you make, is you don't want to make the last hoop of your turn off your partner ball. So here the sort of natural play would be to send yellow to 3 back, going to black and blue. He may do that, but if he does it, he'll send black to 3 back as well. I think what you might see is Reg play some sort of roll, sending yellow either to the peg or towards 3 back, coming towards the black ball, and get one of the opponent's balls at 3 back as well as his partner in that vicinity of the lawn. He can even choose to rush blue towards corner 1 if he wants to, which will allow him to make 2 back off black. He's not happy with it. As you see, he knows he's left himself not quite as much room as he would like. Wants to croquet black over towards the west boundary, while being able to hit the blue and place blue nice and close to the peg, so blue can't hit black and blue can't hit where he's going to lay up with red and yellow because it's got the peg hampering its backswing. So you can see there didn't have enough room to stop red short of blue, so he's opted to play it past blue, ensuring black's a good distance away just in case he doesn't get the cross peg. So we're hitting this nice and gently. And now placing it so the peg is in the way between black and blue, and the peg is hampering blue's backswing on where red and yellow are going to finish. So blue would normally be closer to the peg than that, but there shouldn't be anything wrong with that, providing he lays up absolutely directly in line with blue and the peg on the east boundary. If he's slightly off, Robert will probably have an unhampered backswing and might be able to have a 13-14 yard shot. So that looks like Reg is laying up about level with hoop 5, which is a pretty normal place to lay up. So Reg will now finish the turn by leaving yellow